Today, we are going over Equinox. Covering it because you suggest it, I do it. It's as simple as that. I actually thought I was going to have a hard time figuring out something for Equinox. I use them often here and there, but it's definitely not one of my go-to frames. Quickly, we're going to go over the build that I have. The main focus on this one is duration and range, and you're like, whoa, what? It's because what I love about Equinox specifically is that the skills, they end up going with, they level up with what you're fighting. They scale, okay? And even at 40% strength, it still scales amazing. And it's really the skill that we're focusing on. And just before we go over the skills that we'll be using is, right here. This will obviously probably give you an idea of one of the skills, but this is just a rundown. Range and duration, like always, is a big one. Efficiency, I'm going to say right now, energy is extremely important for this build. So you're going to have to get energy regen in some way, whether it's with a school, whether it's with whatever means that you use it. Energy is going to be a key thing in this. So really what we're using is rest, so that anything that you use in night form is going to be put to sleep. That is going to be the biggest thing of this build, is whether you're dealing with people with high enough armor that maim is not going to be able to work on them. Really, you're just going to be focusing on rest. While anything else that doesn't really have high armor and infested, corpus, you're going to be using maim a lot more. So you can't really figure out this build. You're abusing it with the Rocket Dark Dagger. Now, if you don't know what you can do with it, or any dagger, is you put Covert Lethality, and it is going to kill anything. You do a finisher move on it, it's going to die. So you put them to sleep, everything you're going to do is going to die in one hit. Now, as far as kind of the overall build, it's something I'm working on, but it's also covered as far as this kind of layout that I have going on here in another video. It's in my Inaros Rocket Dark Dagger build, which I'll post down below. I'm not going to be using it the same way I use in that video. It's really just going to be for this, so the rest of this can be ignored except for maybe, yeah, that's really it. I'm really just using it for Covert Lethality, nothing more. So, the trick about this build, and I kind of have the enemies still here, is to give you, a rundown of the it's a lot of energy management, and it's also just paying attention to what mode you're in, what you have activated, and so on, and what you needed to do. So the trick here is you put them to sleep, switch modes, cast maim, and then you would need to basically kill one or two. And as you notice, you can see in the top right there, that damage that's going up, that's how much damage you're going to be dealing when you uncast the move. Now, look at how quickly that is stacking. Now, the problem is, though, is that due to their high armor, even though I'm doing what would be just insane amount of damage, I'm doing almost over 500k. But if I cast it, barely makes a dent. And that's the kind of the problem with, depending on kind of who you're fighting. With maim, it's not going to be much. You're going to be mostly focusing in night form, just basically putting them to sleep, and then kind of going in, using whatever weapon you see fit, finishing them off. Much like Inaros builds, blind builds, and things like that, really you need a dagger in your arsenal to be able to take care of certain enemies. Now, to show you really where this excels at is anything obviously without armor. It doesn't matter how high of a level they are, again, because it scales. It scales with that damage, and you doing that finisher damage to them, you're going to be taking that max amount of health that they have, that a large amount of them have, and then you're going to be dealing it right back. Putting them to sleep, switching, maim. You only need to kill maybe 1 or 2 or 3. I usually just kind of do 3, just to make sure. And then all you gotta do, boom. They're all dead. Just like that. None of them are alive. Pick up what's left, switch. So this is the thing, is being able to go between them efficiently and paying attention to what you need to do, what has happened, and what needs to be cast and anything else. But other than that, I finished off 2 of them, and then I recast it, and everybody else is dead. Now, to show you that this is a kind of a hard build, is that I've been going through this a couple times, because it's rhythm. It's a pain in the ass rhythm, and then the higher level you get, the more complicated that this becomes. That for this to be a solo deal, I can see it being just extremely difficult. That you definitely need some players with you. So, you know, it's really making sure anyone around you that is asleep, being able to get that kind of one group, because what's really nice is that as long as you're doing these finishers, no one's going to be getting you. No one can hit you. Now, why I love the longer duration and range is that honestly, I felt that he looked at me and then I died. So that's the thing, is that range, is being able to kind of see, because you see those slash procs going off, seeing where enemies are, and then being able to kind of know, okay, when can I cast this? You know, when's a good time? Let me get as many people stuck as possible. So the thing is that you're spamming sleep a lot, making sure no one's around you that can, you know, kill you off really quick. Get one of the two, you know, finishers you need off, get that damage up pretty high, and then you just make sure you get one off more, and then finish them off, and then reap the rewards, or use your school to regen energy. Because that's the thing. Sadly, with this build, kind of compared to all my other ones that have some decent, you know, energy that you can deal with, this one, it's going to rely on you a lot to keep that energy up. But that is pretty much the breakdown of this build. Like always, you know, like, subscribe, let me know what you want to see in the comments below. And from here on in, I'm just going to be showing you the layout of kind of like my character and the colors and all that. So, guys, have a good one.